Shalom, shalom, family, shalom. Yahweh Bahashem HaMashiach Yahushua Barakatah. That's the Hebrew language. It's our original language. I don't know a lot of it, but some of it I've learned as we go back to the ancient times. I wanted to come into the scriptures just now, and I wanted to share. And I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, who the world say Lord, and His Son Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And I will say Jesus starts with a J. The letter J wasn't even in the letter alphabet until the late 1600s. So there was no J. Then what were they calling him before they put the J in? But we do know that they took the names out of the Bible. Yahweh, that's the Most High's name, and Yahweh Shai is His Son's name. With that being said, I wanted to say I hope all is having a blessed day today, and my brothers and sisters who are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, all praises to the Most High that He allowed us to open our eyes and read His Word today. And we're thankful for this day. We're glad and rejoicing in this day because He made it. All right? And so, but to be thankful that He allowed us to come and even just read His Word. Okay? And the Word is the Holy Spirit. The Word is the Holy Spirit, the law. We've been taught a lot of things, but I'll tell you some things. Once I go in and start, since I've been reading, I just want to say this. Read it's called a Bible, but it's the book of the law is what it's really called. They call it a Bible, just a bunch of books, and they call it the Bible, but in several places in the Bible, this is called the book of the law. Okay? Not book of religion, but law. There's a difference. Religions are man-made. The religions have nothing to do with the Most High God, our power. Okay? Religions are man-made. There are actually man-made religions on the earth, a whole lot of them. And they've taken this Bible, which is not their book. This Bible was meant for a certain group of people. Because that's all throughout the whole Bible does the Most High talk about. It's His people. My people. I severed you. I took you from other people. Okay? You are my people. I am your God. He doesn't say that about all the nations. See, and that's where the world has kind of got things confused. Because if you're going to lie and say, hold on, let me see if I can find this in First Maccabees. I want to share something with you. I always got a 3 and 48. Let me see if I can find that. Because, see, what has happened is we just have been lied to so bad over the hundreds of years, right? Now, I want to share something to you. This is called the Apocrypha. Now, the Apocrypha is inside the 1611 KJV Bible, which I have upstairs. It's the Old Testament, the Apocrypha, and the New Testament. What happened to the Apocrypha? The Protestants took it out in the 1700s. Why did they take that out of the book? Because that means, in the Word, this does say we're not to add to or take away from these scriptures. So they got some explaining to do to the Most High for why they don't have to explain. They're going to be punished for it anyway. But the Apocrypha is 14 books. It means hidden books. You can go online and get this from Amazon. Let me read something to you. It says here, 1 Maccabees 3:48, and laid open the book of the law, I told you, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. That's where the white Jesus came from. It's talking about it in the scriptures. Okay? And let me see if I can find another one in here that I saw. I forget where it's at, but let me hold on. I'm going to try to find it because it's in here. It is in here somewhere. Let's see. Okay. I have to find out. I know it's in here. Give me a second. Right. So, and then in the Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha also, chapter 14. Now, listen to this. I'm going to read something to you again. It says, chapter 14, I'm going to start at verse 12. It says, "For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life. For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever. For by the vainglory of men they entered into the world, and therefore shall they come shortly to an end." Now listen, here's the key, 15. "For a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he hath made an image of his child soon taken away, now honored him as a god, which was then a dead man, and delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices. Thus, in process of time, an ungodly custom grown strong was kept as the law, and graven images were worshipped by the commandments of kings." Talking about the people on the earth. It's 17. "Whom men could not honor in presence because they dwelt far off. They took the counterfeit of his visage from far, and made an express image of a king whom they honored to the end, that by this their foreigners they might flatter him that was absent as if he were present." That's when they got that. That's during the 1500s, during the Renaissance. Borgias. They had a series on TV called The Borgias. Okay? And Caesar Borgia was the son of Pope Paul VI. The popes were wicked as hell. They were wicked people. Okay? So it was Leonardo da Vinci, and I guess I forget the other parent name, but he was the one that drew this Christ, this so-called Christ, and put him up. Because when you go in the book, black people, our people, when you go to Revelation 1, 14 and 15, and then Daniel 9, it tells you what the Most High and His Son look like. There's a description in there. Okay? So, but anyway, this is one of the reasons why they didn't want this book inside the Bible, and they took it out. So now, I'm just here to share that with you. So now you know. But this is in this book, it tells you that they were doing it, taking out, putting up putting their images. Because now when you look at TV and you go to the movies, what do you see? All you see is, when you see Christmas or church, it's all white Jesus, white Samson, and all these white people. What's the other one? Anyone you name it. Type in the word Jesus. Look what come up on the Google, on the internet. You can type that up, and you'll see that those images, they all are so-called white people. In the Bible, remember, the Bible, in the lands, there were black people. Okay? And when you go into Genesis, there were no white folks in the land until Genesis, the 25th chapter, and the 25th verse. That's when the different skin, that's when that happened, when Esau came into the earth. Anyway, now, let's see here. Okay, I wanted to share this. Listen to this. These are scriptures that they won't talk about, and I have never heard them talk about when I was going to the church. But this is the book of Amos, chapter 3. It says, "Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel." Okay? "Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities." That's why you see black folks get the worst treatment. Anytime we do something, we get punished harshly for it. The Most High is telling you, he only has his people. The other nations on the earth, he don't judge them. He don't care about them because they're not. He didn't choose them. Okay. Now, let's see here. Okay, now let me go find another one. Wait, you finna pour that in there? Yeah, I'm recording. Also, when you go over to the book of Joel 2:27, it says, "And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed." Hold tight. And furthermore, down in chapter 3, I'm going to check this out. It says, "For behold, in those days," that means, and this is in the Old Testament, so that means this hasn't happened yet. So how in the world can the Old Testament be done away? It's no good no more. The laws are done away with. No, we're not in that. We're in the New Testament. You may not be in it, but the Most High had this book written, and these things are going to happen because it has been spoken. Now it says, "For behold, in those days, and at that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem." Oh yeah, shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, the Father, and Yahweh Shai, the Son. All praises. We give praises to you. Today is your will, Father. I thank you for this moment to allow me to read your word. And I ask for understanding and guidance as I try to break down the scriptures. All praises. I'm in the book of Isaiah, chapter 47. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." So who's the virgin daughter of Babylon? That's America in the Bible. Remember, similitudes. You're going to see that. All right, O virgin daughter of Babylon, because there was original Babylon that's gone. But America is Babylon today. I'm going to prove it to you. It says, "Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the rivers." In other words, raise your skirt. Okay? Show your thighs. It says, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered." That's what it says. "Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." Man, that's scary. I mean, you think about that. This is the Most High is telling. This place, this is the daughter of Babylon. Okay? All right? As for our Redeemer, the Most High of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. "Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms." "I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance." I'm sorry, let me face this way. "And given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke." So slavery was when because remember, we were over on the west coast of Africa. All right? When they came and got us to build their kingdom for free. Right? Free labor. "And thou said, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am and none else beside me." So in other words, he's trying to play God. Esau's playing God now. He's trying to play like he God. I mean, look it. Now, aren't they trying to, never mind, let me just go on. "Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children." This is what his thoughts are in his mind. "But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day. the loss of children, and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. So basically, when he says that, he feels he's God. He don't feel like there's the God is the real true power is in effect. He think that's the way they act, like they're the God. There's no other God. That's the way they act. Listen to that. See, then the reason why I'm reading this is because this is in the Old Testament. This is proof that the Old Testament is not done away with, because there's prophecies that are either going to happen, has happened recently, or are going to happen, and that means that this Old Testament is live. Okay, so therefore shall evil come upon thee; thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee; thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, because they believe in that witch stuff. They drink the blood and all of that. Hey, you guys been duped in the church. I was too. We were all duped. Okay? Look at what's happening in the earth today. And everybody talking about, oh, what's going on? The Most High is busy. He's doing everything in the earth. The devil only does what the Most High allows him to do. If you don't believe me, go back to Job and ask. Read it. Okay, it says, stand now with thine enchantments. This is verse 12. And with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, meaning from way back, a long time ago, they've been using sorcery. Sorcery and all of that stuff. Okay? If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Because all of these things is what Esau believes in. He uses all of this stuff. Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be up till they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter. None shall save thee. That was just chapter, I'm going to stop there. I ain't going to read, that was chapter 47. Okay? And then if you go to the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, you read that, it's going to tell you the same thing. In the book of Habakkuk, it tells you the same, let me see, hold on, let's go. You don't have to believe me. Matter of fact, don't believe me. Read it. And then you'll get hopefully you'll get to understand it. But in the book of Habakkuk, it tells you who the Most High is. Here it is, right here. Listen, this is the book of Habakkuk too. I'm going to go ahead and read it anyway. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Most High answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. In other words, this thing is going to happen. Whether if you want it to happen or not, whether if you believe it or not, this is going to happen because the Most High, have spoken it. But behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, excuse me, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. What is that? What is it? I mean, listen to those words right there. Where is everybody at now? Over here. The Gentiles is all over here. Okay? The Gentiles are over here. That's what that's talking about. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. So look, when you go into other countries and take their resources, you're taking what's not yours. Okay? The Bible is telling you who it is. Everybody is afraid of this power, this kingdom. That's why the Most High got to come back, send His Son back and tear it down. These other nations can't deal with this power over here. That's why they have to ally. But anyway, that's another story. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booty unto them? Now listen to this. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. Okay? Because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. 9. Woe to him that coveted an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Ain't they talking about going to the moon? Yeah, Mars and all that stuff. Y'all gotta wake up. 10. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Woe to him. Woe means destruction. To him that buildeth a town with blood, and establisheth a city by iniquity. Uh-oh. The natives, this country was stolen. 77 million was killed to take this country. This is, now, who is it talking about? Behold, is it not of the Most High of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves